It's week 35 of A Year of Wisdom. Let's get to reading. Day 242. Job 40. Then Yahweh answered Job and said, "Shall a fault finder contend with Shaddai? Anyone who argues with God must answer it." So Job answered Yahweh and said, "Look, I am insignificant. What shall I answer you? I lay my hand on my mouth. Once I have spoken, and I will not answer, even twice, but I will not proceed." Then Yahweh answered Job from the storm, and he said, "Prepare yourself for a difficult task like a man, and I will question you, and you shall declare to me. Indeed, would you annul my justice? Would you condemn me so that you might be righteous? Or do you have an arm like God, and can you thunder with a voice like his? Adorn yourself with pride and dignity, and clothe yourself with splendor. Pour out the overflowing of your anger, and look at all the proud and humble them. Look at all the proud, humble them, and tread down the wicked where they stand. Hide them in the dust together, bind their faces in the grave, and I will also praise you, that your own right hand can save you. Look, behemoth, which I have made just as I made you. It eats grass like the ox. Look, its strength is in its loins, and its power in the muscles of its stomach. It keeps its tail straight like a cedar. The sinews of its thighs are tightly wound. Its bones are tubes of copper, its limbs like rods of iron. It is the first of God's actions. The one who made him furnishes it with his sword. Yes, the mountains yield produce for it, and all wild animals play there. Under the lotus tree it lies, in the hiding place of the reeds and in the marsh. The lotus trees cover it with their shade. The wadi's poplar trees surround it. Look, if the river is turbulent, it is not frightened. It is confident even though the Jordan rushes against its mouth. Can anyone take it by its eyes? Can he pierce its nose with a snare? Proverbs 30. The words of Agur, son of Yakeh, the oracle. Thus says the man to Ithiel and Ukal. Certainly I am more stupid than a man, and the understanding of humankind is not for me. And I have not learned wisdom, nor will I know knowledge of the Holy One. Who has ascended to heaven and come down? Who has gathered the wind in the hollow of his hand? Who has wrapped water in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is the name of his child? For surely you know. Every word of God is flawless. He is a shield from him who takes refuge in him. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you, and you be found a liar. 2 things I ask from you, do not deny me before I die. Keep falsehood and a lying word far from me. Do not give me poverty or wealth. Provide me with food only for my need. Or else I will be satisfied and will deny him and say, "Who's Yahweh?" Or I will be poor and will steal and profane the name of my God. Do not slander a servant to his master, or else he will curse you and you will be guilty. There is a generation that will curse its father, and its mother it will not bless. There is a generation that is pure in its own eyes, but from its filthiness it will not be cleansed. There is a generation, lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids they will lift. There is a generation whose teeth are swords, and its jawbones knives, in order to devour the poor from the earth and the needy from humankind. For the leech there are 2 daughters. Give, give, they cry. As for 3 of these, they are not satisfied. As for 4, they do not say enough. Sheol and barrenness of womb. The land is not satisfied with water, and fire does not say enough. The eye that mocks a father and scorns the obedience of a mother. The ravens of the valley will peck it out, and the offspring of vultures will eat it. 3 of these are too wonderful for me, and 4, I do not understand them. The way of the eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a ship in the heart of the sea, and the way of a man with a young lady. This is the way of a woman committing adultery. She eats and wipes her mouth, and says, I have not done wrong. Under 3 things the earth trembles, and under 4 it is not able to bear up. Under a slave when he becomes king, and a fool when he is satisfied with food. Under an unloved woman when she gets married, and a maid when she succeeds her mistress. There are 4 small things on the earth, and they are exceedingly wise. The ants are a people who are not strong, yet they prepare their food in the summer. The badgers are a people who are not mighty, yet they set their house on a rock. There is no king for the locust, yet it marches in rank. A lizard you can seize with hands, yet it is in palaces of kings. There are 3 things that are magnificent of stride, and 4 that are magnificent in moving. A mighty lion among the beasts, but he will not turn back from any face. A strutting rooster or he-goat, and a king whose army is with him. If you have been foolish by exalting yourself, and if you have devised evil, put your hand to your mouth. For pressing milk produces curd, and pressing the nose produces blood, so pressing anger produces strife. And as always, thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right there and click the bell so you can get notifications for new videos. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button for me. And I will see you tomorrow.
Standing at the crossroads,
Maranatha.
I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord. It glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet.